Okay, let's do this again. I tried doing a YouTube video like this recently, within the last 2 days, but I just wasn't in the right space to do it, so we're kind of redoing this. Basically, this video will be about my most recent art gallery. I just kind of wrapped up everything involving that, and now that I'm finally done with the process, I think I can continue to just sit on it and reflect on this entire thing. Understand what I learned about it, understand what worked, what didn't work. Um, and yeah, it's kind of into it a little bit. But yeah, so first and foremost, I want to say that this recent art gallery was called, or project was called Heat Increase, I Decrease. My good friend Danielle, she is the creator of this, I guess, concept. And so from there, she created the concept and then added me along to the journey. She requested my just expertise within how I think it should be shot, things like that. So we were kind of ideating the looks, how we think it should be shot, things like that. And then from there, yeah, we began shooting. So the idea behind it is Heat Increase, I Decrease is speaking of praise and worship and our relationships to God as we praise and worship, and how it is less about ourselves and more about Him and glorifying Him. So Heat Increase, obviously, we give our glory and our praise to Him, and we decrease as individuals. So in a lot of the photos, I can probably put some here. In a lot of the photos, we had slow shutters, and we didn't really see our models' faces because again, it was less about them as individuals and more so the movement and the connection. So it was an amazing shoot. This is my second shoot that has to do with faith. So this was a really special. Actually, this was my first shoot that had to do with faith, honestly. But this was the second release, because I did another one in June of, yeah, I'll get to that. So, and we shot this back in last March. So, a year from today, when this is being recorded, probably going to be released same day. But yeah, we shot it a year from today. So, um shot this back in March, and yeah, so this entire process of it was oh, we're just gonna shoot this. Yeah, it's just a little project that we're doing, and yeah, we're gonna just drop it on the gram like regular. And we spoke to just members of our congregation. We spoke to our pastor, because me and Danielle, we go to the same church, and we were be able to shoot with members of our congregation as well. So that's why we decided to show our pastor, see what he thought about it, see if he liked it in any sense. And yeah, he saw them, he really loved them, and he brought just different ideas to the table about what we could do with this. He was really ambitious. He's a guy who thinks really big, and I guess for me, I guess I was just kind of in the routine of just creating a project, posting on the gram, having that be it, and then doing what I have to do. And kind of this really catapulted me into just a different way of looking at my art. And definitely shout out to Danielle, because she played a big role in that. She played a big role in just my creative journey as a whole. So I'm super grateful to have met her and to have grown the relationship I have with her. So yeah, so first and foremost, we were speaking to our pastor, Pastor Kadeem, about that, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't think you guys should release these photos, and we should wait and save this for a bigger thing, like a gallery or something like that." And little did he know that Danielle had already um put our photos, submitted our photos for a gallery in New York, and before we even had a conversation with our pastor. So we were like, is this even right? Should we even still do this? Because we're already going to be presenting them in New York, and things like that. Like when we post about the gallery, people will probably see it, but we weren't too worried about it, honestly, and we didn't tell our pastor honestly. But yeah, he was really adamant about like making this a bigger thing. So we continued to keep meeting with him. So like the gallery happened, that first gallery, that was my first gallery as well, and that was just an amazing experience just to see so many of my friends from New York also, and so many like other random people come out and just admire the work. It was a group show, so it wasn't just us. There was a bunch of other artists, but still, people really like flocked to it. They really loved it, and that was super big for me. Cause little did I know that that was just the beginning of like the galleries that I was gonna be doing. So yeah, so but that's a story for a different day, a different video. But yeah, so once we continued to keep talking to Pastor Kadeem, he was like, "Yeah, y'all should just be able to. We should do this gallery for September at the time, and at the time it was like March, April, and we were like September, because the church has was 108 years, and that was the 108th anniversary. So, and the church is in Cambridge, Massachusetts. So like, there's a thing called Black Church Week in Cambridge, and it's also the same month as the 108-year anniversary. So like, they were my pastor, he wanted to do like just something that tied it all in, wanted to make it like a big gala experience, and we were just like, that sounds amazing, but like, I'm not waiting 6 months. And mind you, I'm like, this, I feel like this is my best work like I've ever done to this point, to that point. And I was like, I'm not just about to wait 6 months for this thing. And then Pastor Kadeem's wife, Minister Sade, she said something so like eye-opening a little bit, in terms of like the fact that like artists wait so long to actually display their work. Like artists could take up to a year, 2 years before anyone even sees it, and like that made me think about like films and stuff like that. As I'm trying to get more into filmmaking, like you work on these feature length films or like documentaries, things like that, and people don't see them for years. People don't even know about them for years, and you're just sitting on this idea, and then like until like that first ad campaign or that first marketing campaign comes out, that's when people start to know. So it's just like art is also meant to be, I guess, meant to be dropped with more, can be dropped with more intentionality. It doesn't have to be as soon as I'm done with the project, done editing, like go up right now. And I think that also, that prolonging process of it kind of makes you appreciate the art more. Like we were sitting on these photos for 1 year, and now we finally were able to drop them, and it's just like that sense of relief also, and also how it was received was amazing. So yeah, so that really had to teach me patience. That's definitely one thing. Sorry, as I was saying, yeah, this project definitely brought me patience, taught me about patience. Just the fact that I had to, me and Danielle, because she's on the same timing as me. She was like, yeah, we should definitely drop it. But when we kind of thought about like, when I, at least me, when I was like thought about the ability to do something like this, to the scale of this, it was just like, oh wow. So yeah, so then we kind of had me, Pastor Kadeem, I'll call him PK for now. Me, PK, Danielle, we kind of had these talks like over the course of the next few weeks, like March or May, June, and then like we were kind of planning for September. But it was kind of like, I think me, Danielle, and I were the main two who were obviously like running and administrating all of it pretty much, and but Pastor Kadeem obviously helped on the side where he could, but it was more so like we were kind of on it on our own, but we really didn't, I guess especially me, I didn't really know the commitment that it took to really hone in on like an event that you want to do. Like I'm thinking we're in May, June now, and I'm thinking, oh, we have plenty of time. We could just do this, plenty of time, blah, blah, blah. And then like time just continued to keep creeping up. And I was just like, bruh, we like didn't book a space at that point. We were still iffy about that. We still didn't know each aspect of what we wanted to do. Essentially, what we wanted to have at first was like similar to like a gala. We wanted to have like standing tables. We wanted to have like hors d'oeuvres and kind of like meals as well, like small meals people could eat, drink, no like alcoholic, but just like other types of drinks and yeah, just different types of things. We also wanted to have a band there. We also wanted live performances. We wanted dancers, things like that. So it was just a lot of coordinating, but we just kind of underestimated how much it would take from us and how far back we would have to start planning to think about those things. So we were kind of like a few months away, and like we still had a lot of like moving pieces still, and a lot of like loose ends, loose strings, whatever they call it. But just wasn't. I guess we just weren't in the position to really finish and like have the product that we Danielle and I envisioned by that September date. And I was also coming off the back of like a gallery that I did in Tokyo. So I was really like mentally, I was just done after that. Like I was just mentally drained because I was just like preparing for that, and like for that gallery, which I'll make this super brief, but like I just had to. I created a whole new art series for that, so I was really grinding, really doing that, and then like when it finished, I was just like so. I just had like a post Japan depression. Like you will not know what I'm talking about unless you experience it. But like when you come back home from Japan, like I was depressed for like a month. I'm not gonna lie. So like I couldn't really do the gallery, but I still tried. We definitely still tried, but like the reason it fell through was like we had a miscommunication with the venue, and we thought we were going to be booking the entire space. Instead, like we weren't going to be booking the entire space because it is a community space where like other people can have events at the same time. So there were going to be other people there, but we wanted to ticket it. So it was just conflicting, and it was kind of last minute. So then we had to cancel it. Some people bought tickets. So like, and at that point we were just super bummed out about it. But like we were like we have to make this happen. So we were just trying our best to find new stuff, we released like we released a lot of different like new dates. Like we were like, oh, it didn't happen in September, okay, October. And then okay, we couldn't do October, so then we would announce um December, and then December didn't work either. So it was kind of like we seemed like we're the people who cried wolf, like this is never gonna happen. So like, and we kind of felt that it's we kind of felt that like sentiment, especially with people from our church, because like that's kind of where we announced it most. And then they're like, okay, here they go again, this is not really gonna happen. So um yeah, so then January comes back. So we're back in January, and I also do well, like we're doing stuff with my church. Like our pastor Kadeem was like, yeah, we'll set aside a $1,000 budget for you guys from the church, because most of what we were trying to do was like do our tickets just straight up from, or just do like refund everything basically straight off ticket sales. So Danielle and I would basically be purchasing everything, and then we would kind of be refunded by the ticket sales. So, but we were like, that would just be a lot, because it was a lot of money. Like we created a whole budget for it. It was like a couple $1,000s to execute, and it was gonna be tough to do. And I was just like, so, but we were gonna charge tickets for like $25, and I was thinking, especially me, but me and Danielle were like, I just don't feel like, because a lot of it was trying to get our creative communities to just come to the thing. I was like, I don't think a lot of people my age are booking, are gonna buy tickets for an art gallery for $25. I don't think that's happening. I wanted to do 10. I wanted to do free, cause I just like I wanted to do free or really low, but like I would say 10. I was like 10 gotta be the price, and then it ultimately like was good enough because Well, we had a lot of expenses though. We did have a lot of expenses, and the church did help cover a lot of it. They helped cover a lot of it, and I'm super grateful that they went over their budget for us. Um, but yeah, so we were basically like the church could cover the venue, and then me and Danielle would cover prints because the prints were about $1,000 as well. So we can use the ticket sales to cover the prints, right? So then that was kind of the goal, and so then from there it was kind of just about marketing it, and like that was a difficult thing for me because I was just like I don't really know how to like create a cohesive campaign to really structure around this thing, like to get people to want to come. Like I feel like a lot of what we or what I did and what Danielle did was like kind of like not guerrilla marketing, but like word of mouth. Like a lot of like we posted a lot at the church, but like in terms of like our networks, like it was kind of just like telling people like, oh, I have a gallery, blah 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 blah. This is what it's about, things like that. So like I wasn't as like that's I think that's a definitely a side. Sorry for this, whatever that is. That's definitely a side of this whole process that I do need to hone in on and get a little bit better at. Um, because it's just like I don't really understand like that side of it, like the marketing campaign side of it, the building out like engaging posts, I guess, or engaging things for people to want to come to this. Like maybe doing like a little video, promo videos, things like that. Like we didn't do any of that. We kind of just posted it on there. Um, it was scheduled to be February 28th, which is the day after my birthday. And that was kind of a big part of the at least my marketing of it, like um because I was able to post my birthday was the day before, and then like I literally posted right after, come celebrate with me here tomorrow after that. And I was just like, okay, so hopefully the people who are like seeing my birthday post can see, oh, he's having this thing tomorrow, so let me maybe pull up to that too. But yeah, it was super tough. Like it was super tough. Just like as obviously initially, like when we posted it about like 2 weeks out of the date, and it's just like I'm the Posh account was under my like email and stuff, so I had access to like all like the like seeing all like the metrics, all seeing who like bought tickets, seeing how many people bought tickets and stuff like that. And it was just like it was so like frightening and scary to see, because I'm like we weren't getting ticket sales. Like we had like maybe 15 after week one, like third, like maybe 20, 30, like after like week of like that, maybe that Monday, and it was supposed to be on Saturday, that Monday maybe we had like 30 tickets sold. And I'm just like, God. And at this point Danielle had recently like got laid off from her job, so and me, I'm not like the most financially, but so we were like, bruh, how are we about to pay this out of pocket? Like, I'm not really trying to pay nothing out of pocket. So I continue to keep praying. I'm like, God, I don't know how you're going to make this happen. And also, a thing about it was, Posh took like 1.9 from each ticket. And like, so when people bought a ticket for 10, we would only be getting like $8. So it was like, our goal was 100 tickets to sell. Our goal was like 80 to 100, but so like we could get like 1,000 maybe just to cover all of the prints and like some extra stuff, extra people that we had to pay. But yeah, it was like, dang. So even if we do get 100, we'll only have like 800. So that was kind of like pretty stressful. Like I was pretty stressful about that, because sometimes I do get like I overthink things, and I get pretty anxious about things. So it was just like, bruh, how are you gonna do this? Like, is it enough? Blah 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 blah. Just all those types of things. But like week of, right. So like I'm week of, right. We do just a lot of like more, like pushing it. I'm posting it multiple times. I obviously told you guys I did the post on my birthday, which was that Friday, but then also like within other channels within our church, we definitely push this a lot. So we ended up, and like God is so good for this, because it's just like wow, like I just like really the day of, it was just so beautiful, because it was just like one, I didn't even care about the tickets from that point, but like day of, it was so beautiful because like it kind of just felt like a culmination of like we did it, of like us like pushing this thing back so much, of us like being the people who cried wolf, and like we're finally doing this, like we have a perfect space. Like the space was beautiful, it was in the Boston Design District, so it was like a proper gallery with galleries around it as well. So yeah, so day of, I'm looking at our ticket sales, and we're at like, I don't even know. Like we're at like 100 and something, like out of nowhere. Like maybe we're at like 115 out of nowhere. Like from like a couple of days ago, literally that Wednesday, I think we were at like 40 or something. And I'm just like, how the hell did that happen? Like how did that happen? Our people like genuinely showed up for us. Like, and then like the day of like it's just that was amazing. Like day of was just so amazing. um yeah, day of was just wow, because it's just like the amount of people that came out, the different, like the people that surprised me, like so many long time friends from high school, family friends, family. My roommate Cam from DC pulled up to surprise me. Like it was just so much love in the air. Like people were just like showering Danielle and I with love, and it was just amazing to see like kind of the fruits of our labor be like rewarded like that. We're getting our flowers in real time, so that was amazing. Um, and it was just also really good and cool to see people come out for God, because I was just like, this, like I had such reservations about posting. Obviously I was gonna post it because this is something I'm doing, but like I had a reservations about doing it and posting it, because I'm like, I don't know how it would be received, like blah 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 blah. I was just thinking too much about it, but it didn't matter. People came out, so many cool people, so many genuine people came out. Like people stayed literally until the like a lot of like people I know just stayed till the last um like literally till it was like an hour after closed. Like people just stayed because they really enjoyed like what was there, like just the community and the camaraderie that was there. The woman that we worked with was so sweet, so kind, so helpful, and yeah, like it was just beautiful. Like so like, and it really, like I really am super grateful about the entire experience. Like I feel like I learned so much as a curator as well, and also like as a planner, and I feel like that's definitely something I want to do more of, because I'm like, this is a beautiful thing. Like this was amazing, and like the fact that I was able to help curate a space like that. So that's one of my biggest takeaways, like kind of how much that part of it was like super rewarding for me. um but yeah, what else did I learn from this experience? Oh, but then we got to talk about like kind of how it was received, cuz like I thought I was like super, but yeah, like that was such a good high. That was an amazing high. Like I was like, wow. And then after that, I went out with a couple of my friends, had an amazing night. Like that was an amazing day altogether. One of my best days of my life. One of the greatest days of my life. Cause it's crazy. Cause last year, February 28th was one of the greatest days of my life too. And another thing about it is February 28th is my late brother's half birthday, which is crazy because the year before that, 2025, on the 28th, I got his birthday tatted on me, and I didn't even really realize it was his half birthday. I didn't realize it was his half birthday at all. And then I was just like, wow, that's crazy. When I did, like after the fact, like I was sitting with one of my friends, and I was like, wait, it's my brother's half birthday today. And she was just like, that's insane. Like, and I just felt like he's just kind of been following me for I think since I got the tat, I don't know, because my first gallery, the gallery was talking about in Tokyo, that was on his birthday, which is insane. So I had that on his birthday, and then my first gallery in Boston on his half birthday. So I'm just like, wow, he's really with me. So I'm grateful for him, always, always. But yeah, so let's talk about how it was received, because like I think a big thing for me is my perception online, and I'm like, that is something that is super, um it's like a double-edged sword, I guess. Like, it's super important to me, but also in a detrimental sense, because like I kind of have lived and died by that. But like, another thing for me is like, oh, like I know this is about to, I was really thinking, oh yeah, this post I'm about to do is about to go viral, people are about to love it, blah blah blah, do this, do that. And then when I posted it, it didn't really get the love that I thought it would, because when I did have a gallery, when I had the gallery in Tokyo, like, super, super good. Like, so many people was showed love, reached out. This one was like similar. There was a lot of love and reach out, but it just wasn't the same scale. So like I was a little down about that. I was a little bummed out about that. But then I kind of had to just keep reassuring myself that my worth is not based on like a like number. My worth and my value is not even based on what I produce, that, or like how excellent I am. And like I kind of begun to understand like that's what how I was thinking. And I always knew like my worth is not like, oh, numbers and stuff like that, but when I would get them, I would still like marvel over them. So like I was still like, oh yeah, that still feels good, blah blah blah, regardless. But now when it didn't really happen this time, it was still like, dang, I was kind of second guessing myself. And then but I just got away from like social media for a little bit, and then I kind of sat back and was just like, no, like I love this post. Like I kept going back to it. Like I love what I posted. Like that's, I think it was perfect in my eyes. Like the song, the photos. Shout out to my guy, my brother Jaheem. Like amazing photos. The caption, like just the essence of what it meant in capturing that moment. It was amazing. So like I just thought that really culminated within the post. So I'm like, I'm super proud of my post. Like more so, less so about how it was received, but more so just about like how I was able to capture it, or like, I guess, encapsulate the experience. So that was amazing as well. So like I kind of found light at the end of the tunnel. Like, and this was the development that I recently came about. Like just me loving the post as much as I did. So like I think that's what it's mostly about. Like first and foremost, like, do I love what I posted? And I do. I love it a lot. Like I really do. But yeah, so that's pretty much my experience with this. Yeah, I kind of just want to start doing these video diaries more, because like I journal, like I've been journaling like for like 2 years straight now, like almost every day. But like I kind of just feel like I'm out of a phase of journaling. Like this one girl I used to know, she was talking about like how she can't really journal because she just has too, she's a writer, she can't really journal because she would have just too much to say, and she can't fill it in one page. And I'm like, I would usually do one pagers, but now I feel like I just have so much more to say about like big things that are happening in my life. Like I feel like this was too big for me to write this in a one page journal entry, or even like a two pager. So I want to start making these videos. I want to start like not really thinking about them. I'm not gonna edit this. I'm just gonna dump it, because not really much to edit. If you watch through this point, I like that. If not, I don't really care. It's more so for me, but yeah. But now, yeah, I'm at a space where like, so that was the last day of February, where the gallery. So like this month has really been about rest, because I have had such a jam-packed February. So like my birthday, obviously, the gallery, but I also dropped a short film, Distant Lovers Part 2, on Valentine's Day. And also that same weekend, I was working New York Fashion Week. So I was like styling. I was like kind of behind the scenes, as well as as well as yeah, like taking photos as well. So like it was just a crazy week or month for me, February. So this week has or this month has been about rest. Sorry. So yeah, this week has been about rest. It's been really about finding what that really means, and like how I can continue to just connect back with God and connect back with myself and connect back with what I love and what is me in a sense. So it's been a pretty tough journey, but definitely rewarding. And hopefully I can get back to like doing projects next month. And yeah, we're back on that ting. So I'll see y'all in the next one. I appreciate you guys, and I'm out of here.